As always, I want to give a big thank you and a shout out to everybody who attended the live stream today, all of the regulars. There's too many names to name by now, so you guys know who you are, and I want to say thank you. And look, I want to give a shout out to all of the Cougar bots out there that are repping my name on Reddit right now, saying, oh yeah, go follow Claybro. He says that the squeeze can never happen. First of all, don't listen to them. Second of all, thank you for at least putting my name out there. And lastly, let's give a shout out to all the haters on Reddit saying that my living room looks like a Citadel waiting room. Guys, that's a compliment. I'm sure they've got very nice waiting rooms there. So thank you very much. Now look, in this video, we're going to be talking about AMC stock, and we're going to be talking about what can happen if the squeeze occurs after hours or pre-market or sometime that traders might not have access to. So that comes up a lot on the live stream, and it's something that people are concerned about. So let's address these concerns. And of course, if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. All right, look, a lot of the rumor out there says that Clay is not bullish on AMC. That is absolutely not the case, and I invite each and every one of you to a live stream just to check it out, see what it's about, ask some questions about AMC, get whatever off your chest, and let's have some fun together, right? All right, so let's discuss one of the most seen questions that comes up when talking about AMC stock. What happens if the squeeze occurs after hours? Can the squeeze occur after hours? Is it something that can, happen after hours and finish after hours? And the number one response to this is, look, there is not enough after hours volume to cover all of the short shares out there. Now, I know a lot of other people might touch on all of the phantom shares and everything. Like, it gets into a lot when you're talking about naked shorts and phantom shares and stuff that isn't verified. And by now, I'm sure you know that I like to use the numbers that are out there. So roughly, we're talking about 100 million short shares that need to be covered. And yes, these are rounded numbers, but look, we're keeping it simple, right? Daily trading volume on AMC stock right now is right around the 25 to 30 million share range. Now, yes, this could be causing the price to fall a little bit. Not a lot of shares are being traded. I believe the 3-month moving average on volume is somewhere real close to 100 million shares right now. But look, we're moving 25 to 30 million shares per day right now. If we just use the numbers alone that are being reported and saying 100 million shares, there is no way that hedge funds, that any sort of short seller could cover all of their positions in an after-hours market. It is not possible. Now, that doesn't mean that the short squeeze can't trigger after hours. It doesn't mean that we can't see the squeeze initiate after hours, right? But what you really need to be concerned about is, are all of the shares being covered? And today's volume, any regular day's volume, you will never see this. And the amount of people that are out there actually trading AMC stock right now, look, if the retail investors, the diamond hand investors out there aren't willing to sell after hours, no, the hedge funds aren't going to be able to trade with themselves after hours and cover all of their short positions. They're not going to be able to do anything unless, of course, AMC, don't take this the wrong way, unless, of course, AMC issues these shares to them after hours or something. That would clear up a very large chunk of it. But yes, it's still only 43 million shares. Please don't take that out of hand or anything. I'm just saying that if you want the short squeeze, if you're worried about the short squeeze starting and ending in after hours or pre-market trading, it will not happen because they cannot cover all of those shorts in that time frame. There's not enough volume to cover all those short positions. So what happens if it does? If it starts after hours, and this is a pretty good answer. I like giving people this answer because I'm very confident that the squeeze will not begin and end in restricted trading hours. So guys, if you're sitting there and it's like 6 o'clock and you see AMC shoot up to like, I don't know, $600 after hours and volume's only 10 million shares, still high for after hours trading, right? If volume only goes up to 10 million shares, be ready to celebrate the next day, okay? Be ready for your portfolio to experience some wild gains the next day. Do not take that as a bad sign, like, oh my gosh, the squeeze might be over. Don't panic. Don't do any of that, because they need to cover their short positions. They need to cover them all. And I'm not going to dive into, speculation on the fact that there could be billions of shares that need covered. Let's just use the ones that are being reported and know that this squeeze could take days to cover, right? When they start to get into 8 days to cover, this seems to be the number to go to in every article you can read, in all of the academia literature that you can read. 8 days to cover is really going to cause a lot of risk for these hedge funds and a lot of risk for the lenders that have money tied up in these hedge funds, and that is going to be something that contributes to triggering that margin call and triggers that liquidation of these assets. Now, that's an important number to remember because we're not there yet using the reported numbers. Guys, I know if you're using phantom shares and speculative numbers, it can seem very enticing, but that's not the numbers that these institutions go off of, right? They're not going to trigger a margin call on shares that they don't believe exist. So use the numbers that are being reported, especially if you're looking for a margin call. Yes, external factors can come into play if new regulation comes into play and things get voted in, sure, but we have to work with what we have right now, and we have what's being reported. So definitely that might be on the side of caution. It might be on the conservative side, but hey, think about it. It's still an excellent side to be on because it means that AMC stock will squeeze, and it will squeeze hard. Sure, I might not be as bullish in my price predictions as a lot of other people, but it doesn't mean that I'm not bullish on the squeeze. It doesn't mean that I don't want to see as much money as possible transfer from the hedge funds into our accounts. Don't ever get that twisted. No matter what kind of stuff people are twisting out there, just know that we're here to make as much money as possible on AMC stock. So look, if you see it start to squeeze after hours, stay confident knowing that it's going to squeeze into the next day, and it's just the beginning. And I see this question a lot, so I really wanted to address it, and a very good thing to keep your eye on. People may agree with me, they may disagree with me, but volume is going to be paramount, okay? I like to err on the side of caution. You know that by now. And when you see volume spiking up, when you see the squeeze begin, now, one of two things is going to happen here. Volume will spike up with it, right? I highly doubt that everybody's going to be sitting on the sidelines, diamond handing, and no FOMO traders are going to be jumping on it, and people are just going to be sitting on the sidelines waiting. I highly doubt that that's going to be the case. So, knowing when volume spikes, one of two things is going to occur. Let's say the price spikes up to $600, and volume spikes up with it. Now, let's just say it spikes to 1 billion shares being traded. That means one of two things. That means, one, hedge funds were able to cover, potentially able to cover, right? There were enough shares traded that they could have covered their short positions. Or, on the other hand, it means that the fear of missing out really kicked in for a lot of retail traders, and they're piling on the trade, trying to ride that rocket to the moon, okay? So it's one of two things. You got a bunch of, and it could be both. It could be a mixture of both, absolutely. But it's these two things. It's either retail traders and other traders jumping in, trying not to miss out on the action, or it's the hedge funds covering their short positions, or some sort of a mixture between both. So if you want to trade this more conservatively and you see volume enter astronomical numbers, billions of shares being traded, it would be safe to assume that hedge funds cover their short positions at that point. If you're a riskier trader and you believe that there's more potential, you would tend to believe that FOMO kicked in and a bunch more retail traders started piling on and those shorts never covered. Here's what I'm going to say to end this video, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way because I want you to be smart in this trade. I want you to make as much money as possible, but I want to make sure that you don't get caught up in the idea that hedge funds are so invincible or so arrogant that they won't ever cover their trades, because hedge funds will eventually cover their trades. Whether they want to or whether they don't want to, they will eventually cover these trades. So if you get caught up in the idea that, we could see $1 million per share or something where the money doesn't even exist, think about that for a while. So I'm going to say, just double check that thought of yours and move on, knowing that hedge funds will cover these positions at some point, and after the squeeze happens, the share price will fall back down. So move forward, knowing that you have to sell during the short squeeze at one point or another, because I want you to take your profit. I don't want anybody to see $1 million gain in their portfolio. You know, it peaks at $1 million gain in your portfolio. You're sitting on $1 million there that you could realize, you could cash out, you could put that in your bank right now. But then you watch that number drop all the way back down to $1,000. Okay, I don't want to see that happen to anybody. I want every single one of you to realize as much profit as possible. And that's the bottom line, guys. Don't sit on this trade so long that you're afraid to take your profit and you're afraid to make something of the money, and allow that money to work for you the rest of your life. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Obviously, throw your price predictions down there. Nobody's here to bash anybody else on whatever you think is realistic, whatever you think is possible, because anything is possible at this moment. It's just how realistic is, or how likely is it to occur, right? So let us know down there. Let us know if you like the live streams that we're doing, because I'm having a great time. I hope that all of you are as well. And look, if you're brand new here, if you're from Reddit, whatever it is, say hi. Get to know everybody in this community. We're having a lot of fun, and we're growing our portfolios together. Look, guys, 11 minutes in. If that subscribe button is still red, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We're here every single day. We are growing our portfolios together. Use the link in the description below for Webull. Sign up, deposit $100, get those free stocks, sell those free stocks, buy AMC, and wait for the squeeze to happen. All right, guys, and share this video and tag me somewhere. Maybe not on Reddit, though, right? Don't tag. You might get some flack if you tag me on Reddit. Tag me anywhere else at Claybro, Claybro883. I would love to follow you guys back and see what everybody's interested in investing in. So until the next time, I hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.